Well, I grew up in Milford, Michigan, down not too far out of north of Detroit. The big guys in my school were going to the big schools, and I wasn't. Was following the footsteps of my brother and my sister who went to Ferris, and it worked out to be extremely smart decision. Very, very thankful I did that. For example, when I interviewed to make the job position at Hedrick, I had to interview and get accepted to a school down in Columbus, Ohio, put on by Lieber Corporation, and competing with me for those 8 openings, for those 8 job spots, were mechanical engineers from OSU, U of M, and MSU. And I was the only Ferris grad competing for that. And I was the only grad without a quote-unquote full-scale engineering degree. And I probably stood out in the top 10% because of the fact that I could draw diagrams that were real-world control diagrams, real-world refrigerant diagrams, and show them how the functionality of all the components worked versus just understanding how the electron theory worked, and and how equations work in math. I had the real-world, I would like to call it the real-world experience. I could kind of talk the talk when it came to systems, and so that made a huge difference. I think I didn't realize it until after I'd gotten out of the interview that these people could see that I came from a different style of training, which made me more confident. You know, at Ferris you get a number of different things that come into play that I don't see at other universities. Number one, a number of the professors come out of the work environment. They come out of having had experience working in industry, so they know what we're up against. They kind of have this sneaky suspicion what we're going to need to know in order to be successful, versus some professors that study in college and then go right into teaching don't ever have a chance to do hands-on what some of my instructors used to call feel and touch technology. You know, if something's broken and not working correctly, we have to show our customers that we know what we're doing, how we can fix it. And you have to get in and feel and touch the system, understand what the way it should be running, because the only way you can fix it is to know how it was supposed to run from the factory. Well, when I left Ferris, I had met a businessman operating in Grand Rapids at a manufacturer's rep company called Hedrick Associates, and I met him through the ASHRAE chapter, which is our professional HVAC chapter, called ASHRAE, stands for American Society of Refrigeration, Heating, and Air Conditioning. And I was, at that time, president of that chapter, and my vice president was in charge of bringing in speakers. And he and I talked with one of our instructors, Dick Shaw, about who to bring in. And Bud Hedrick ended up coming in, and he and I got along, hit it off so well that he had a job opening and told me I definitely needed to apply for it. And I had applied, and I had 3 solid job offers. And as soon as I could figure out what kind of growth potential there was at Hedrick, I jumped all over that opportunity. It's almost like a lifetime involvement. I thought I was joining for 4 years, and now 25 years later, I'm still on the train. And it's a good train. Yeah. I was just on spring break and out in California at Palm Desert, and ran into a professional golf management intern out there running as a ranger on the course, and had a just big smile on his face and was so proud to be from Ferris, and that of course lit my face up, with a big smile, and that was unique. But that happens often, and it's a small town flavor feeling you get when you run into somebody from Ferris, because it still is a small town. It's a small school, but it stands tall out there in the workplace in the world. Well, we're in constant need of good quality employees at our company, so we don't want to hire somebody and lose them, and we don't want to hire somebody that doesn't fit. And so we've hired a lot of Ferris grads because we've had a good fit. I mean, we've had great success with them. We've got 16 employees at our company, and 9 of the 16 are Ferris grads. And like 6 of the 9 are out of the HVAC engineering program. And I've never lost one. Every one of them we've kept. And they've been very, very profitable for us, and they've made extremely profitable careers for themselves.